Ever wish you could, like, get inside the mind of an NFL superstar? And
Yeah.
I don't mean, like, watching game tape. I mean, like, really seeing what makes them tick.
Right.
Today, we're doing just that, diving deep into Davante Adams' Las Vegas mansion.
Oh, this I got to hear about.
We're talking, like, a $12 million modern masterpiece.
Wow.
And we've got the article and photos to prove it. So it's not just us, like, speculating.
Okay, so what's the vibe? When you say modern masterpiece, what are we picturing?
All right, so the article describes the architecture as bold minimalist, lots of glass, sharp lines, like very high-end modern, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see. It's like, when you see a house and you can just tell it belongs to someone with taste. But beyond that, what do you think this says about Davante Adams, the person, not just the guy with the big contract?
Right, exactly. Like beyond just, athlete with great taste, which, fair.
Yeah.
What else is going on there?
Well, think about how athletes, especially in a physical sport like football, are often perceived. Strength, precision, no wasted movement.
Right.
This house, with those sleek lines, the powerful presence, it's almost like a physical representation of Davante on the field.
Totally, I see it. So it's like his on-field persona, known for those laser-precise routes, a presence that just dominates the field that's reflected in the actual architecture itself.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The contrast between the exterior and the interior. So picture this. From the outside, it's all matte black on black. In a city that practically vibrates with sunshine, right? This house makes a statement before you even set foot inside.
Bold.
Then you step inside and bam, it's a wash in light. Open spaces, airiness. Total opposite.
Wow, okay. And you know what else? The landscaping reflects this too, right? Minimal, but so deliberate.
100%. It's controlled, just like the exterior, but it's not about being flashy. I think it speaks to something deeper, like resilience. You think about desert plants. They thrive in that harsh environment. And haven't we seen that with Adams in the NFL? Think about 2019. He breaks his foot, comes back even stronger. That grit, it's not just about looking tough. It's about being tough.
So are we seeing a theme here? Strength, strategy, and then we get to the kitchen.
Oh, the kitchen. Let me guess. Top of the line everything.
Beyond. Think black marble. Everywhere. And get this. A waterfall island.
Waterfall. Okay, now you have to explain it.
Right.
For those of us who, haven't quite hit the jackpot yet, what's so special about a waterfall island?
I know, right? So basically, it's where the countertop material, in this case, the marble, extends down the sides of the island.
Fancy.
Super fancy. But it creates this visual effect, like a waterfall, It emphasizes flow, movement.
Interesting. So not just about looking nice, it's like that feeling Davante gets when he's in the zone, unstoppable momentum.
Now that you mention it, totally does. It's not just about, look at my fancy kitchen. It's showcasing a certain energy. Plus, let's be real, marble. That requires upkeep, serious upkeep.
True. Very high maintenance.
So is that a hint at the discipline behind his athletic success? Like that meticulousness carries over to all aspects of his life.
It's definitely possible. I mean, we know the guy's incredibly disciplined with his training, his diet, everything to stay at the top of his game. Maybe this is just a subtle nod to that dedication extending to all parts of his life, not just the football field.
Yeah.
But then, you were saying about that discipline and everything. There are also these other parts of his personality, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes this whole thing so interesting to me.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's not like this house is just one big, cold, calculated statement.
Not at all.
It's like, remember when we got to the home bar in the article? I thought they'd switched houses on me.
What do you mean?
Like bold red, a Deadpool painting. Like, this isn't your typical, yeah, I've arrived kind of vibe. This is playful and unexpected.
Exactly. It's like he's saying, hey, I'm not just this perfectly programmed athlete. He's got a sense of humor, enjoys a little color. It's refreshing.
Right. It throws you off in the best way. And then there's this one detail I could not get over. Okay, ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
Custom dog wash station.
No way.
In Marbly. For the dogs? I mean, come on.
Okay, now that is incredible. But you know what's great about that?
Right.
It tells you something. Even with all this luxury, he hasn't lost sight of the simple joys. Like, that's a guy who loves his dogs, It adds a layer of warmth, personality.
Totally. Like, luxury doesn't mean forgetting who you are, right? It's like we're piecing together this puzzle, We've got the sleek design, the upkeep, that all speaks to the drive. But then, bam, Deadpool, dog wash.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Those are glimpses of something else, the passions. What else is hiding beneath the dark?
Helps you think. And speaking of hidden depths, Did you see the home gym?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, come on, a pro athlete with a home gym, shocking.
Yeah, but this one has a bit of a twist.
Really?
Glass-walled. Full panoramic view of the mountains while you work out.
Okay, now that's motivation. Imagine running on the treadmill, looking out at that view. Talk about next level.
It's a statement, isn't it? It ties back to what we were saying about that transparency.
Oh, I see it.
He's not hiding the work. He's showcasing it. Like, this is what it takes.
And it's not just any view, right? It's the mountains. I feel like there's got to be some kind of metaphor there, you know?
Yeah.
The climb. Greatness.
Totally. Like, no matter how high you climb, there's always another peak out there.
Right.
And that's, I think, a really powerful mindset for anyone, but especially an athlete at that level.
Absolutely. It makes you think about Davante's drive. Like, he's not content with just being good. He wants to be the best, always pushing further.
And that's what we're seeing here. It's not just a house. It's a statement.
This has been wild. I
Yeah.
mean, we've gone way beyond just like, oh, let's look at this celebrity's fancy house.
Right. Right. It's like architectural psychoanalysis or something. But it is fascinating what you can learn about someone through the spaces they create. This house, it gives us this glimpse into Davante Adams, not just the athlete, but the person, the discipline, the playfulness, even just like his love for his dogs. It's all reflected here.
It makes you wonder, you know? Like, is that same meticulousness, that attention to detail, does that carry over to other parts of his life?
That's the question, isn't it? We've gotten all these clues, these little pieces, but we have to put them together ourselves.
Well, I know I'm never going to look at a celebrity home the same way again. Thanks for diving deep with me on this one. It's been amazing.
Anytime. It's always fun to kind of dig into these things, see what we find.
Exactly. And for everyone listening, if you haven't seen the photos of this place, you got to check it out. I guarantee after this conversation, you're going to see it in a whole new light. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and keep diving deep.